Hey everybody, thanks for watching. My name's Rick, and today we're going to check out a new product from my friends over at BougeRV. They just developed this bike rack, and they sent it over for me to check out and try out. So basically, we're going to take it out of the box, check out all the features, put it on the Jeep, and I'll give you my honest opinion about it. So let's get it open, see what we have here. All right, here we go. Let's check this guy out. All right, so we have our instruction manual, I'm guessing. Has a built-in lock, which is nice. Also comes with a wrench. Looks like it's a 17 millimeter. 4 bolts, nuts, and washers, and keys. Alright, so what we have here is basically 2 different size bolts. You want to use the longer bolt here with a washer and a nut. You're going to take this piece here. You want the, this is kind of the lock mechanism. You want that down and the knob facing in line here. And you'll notice you've got 2 tabs that will fit in nicely into the squares there. So that goes in there. On this side you have a square. Of course the bolt has a square, so it's going to lock in there. So you want to insert this on the side that has the square. And you have a washer and a nut. Tighten this up real quick. Alrighty. This guy here, basically just pull this red tab and it'll lock. And it's going to go in the opposite direction. Same thing, you want the square sides on this side of the part. That's going to slide in there. Now use your other bolts. There we go. Then you have, this is a protective cover. There we go. There you go. I scuffed that a little bit. So that's it for assembly. To operate the hitch pin, basically you're going to turn the red knob when it's unlocked clockwise. As you're doing that, it's going to actually extend the 2 pins on the inside, and that's going to lock it into your hitch. And I'll show you that a little bit later. But here you can see they came out by me turning that clockwise. Rotating it counterclockwise will pull them back in so you can remove the hitch and or install the hitch. And now they retract it. By using the key in the lock and locking the knob, it basically causes the knob to spin, not engaging the hitch pins so that the rack cannot be stolen. It also acts as an anti-rattle. This guy here, basically you turn it, I don't know if you can see it, but those little square nubs that lock the bar into this, those retract when you spin this to allow you to bend it down so you can open up the trunk of your vehicle. We'll demonstrate this on the Jeep here in a second. And that's it. So it's pretty sturdy, definitely feels well made. This obviously will also fold down when you have bikes on here, so it's not sticking out behind you. And these look like pretty straightforward big zip ties essentially to hold the bike, 4 bikes in place. All right, let's go out to the Jeep and check this out. All right, all you have to do here is just make sure this is taken all the way out. Basically, you want to slide this in until the pin is lined up. Spin the knob, and that pin will come out on both sides. And so it acts a little bit like a hitch pin as well to keep the rattle down. Once you have the knob turned all the way clockwise and the pins are fully extended, you can now lock it and your bike rack can't be stolen. And you also have an anti-rattle setup, which is really nice. All right, so once this is inserted, the pins are in the right spot. Take your key, and lock it. Now it just spins. It doesn't move anything, it just spins. So when if you want to remove it, insert your key, unlock it. Now I can feel resistance, and that's how you loosen it up. So when you have it on the bike, you don't want this coming off. Someone stealing your rack or your bike together, just spin that or lock it and you're good to go. Again, for storage, pull the red tab, lock that down, and then to lower this, turn it clockwise. This comes down like that. The Jeep is always an issue with bike racks. My other bike rack's the same way because of the spare tire. You just can't open it. And it would be different on a little hatchback or something. Click that buck up, it locks back into place. This stays locked until you pull the latch, and it comes right out. To put the bike on the rack, I like to use the inside position when I carry a bike by itself. So you just basically rotate the other ones down, undo the strap, set your bike in there, and then tighten the straps. That easy. Alright, now that the bike is nice and secure, the straps are tight, I'm going to take it for a quick drive. I didn't go super fast, but the bike did great. It didn't swing around, it was super sturdy, I didn't hear any rattling back there. So very pleased with how the bike sat on the rack and the fact that the anti-rattle little hitch setup with the lock worked pretty well. All in all, very pleased with how this went. Even in the turns here, you can see the bike doesn't swing around. It's nice and secure, which is a positive. So I spent the last couple days playing around with this BougeRV bike rack, and I wanted to give you my final impressions and kind of go over all the positives and just one little negative that I feel about it. And I wanted to compare it a little bit to my 4 or 5-year-old Thule, which is probably one of the more expensive bike racks out there, and just kind of contrast them just a little bit. So there's a lot of good things to say about this guy, and I've covered some of them already. Number one, very easy to assemble. You're talking about 3 bolts. You have all the features that you need. This thing tilts out, as I showed you in the video. You know, very easy to open and close all of these various parts of the rack. There's a nice, flat, good surface for your bike to sit on with nice rubber in here. And then you just basically have these ratchet straps that are really easy and quick and then tighten all the way down on your frame. Very good stuff. I like all of that. These are very easy to rotate around, rotate out of your way if you just want to use the inside in the middle, you know, something like that. That's all good stuff. I absolutely love this integrated hitch pin and anti-rattle setup that's in here, and the fact that you basically just turn this knob and those little guys engage on your hitch and you're good to go. I mean, that is super cool. You also can lock this, as I showed you, and there's no way for it to be stolen, which is very cool. It's just quick in and out and works really well. Which leads me really to the only negative, and that is this little knob here feels just a little bit cheap. I don't know, it may last as long as the rest of the bike rack does. The plastic that it's made of just feels a little bit cheap. Other than that, it works very well, and I love how everything's integrated and that quick little hitch pin setup. So very cool there. As far as weight goes, it's probably a little bit lighter than this Thule is, but it's fairly substantial, but it's not crazy to lift around, easy to get in and on your car. So that's really it. I mean, it's a great bike rack, and if you're not looking to spend, you know, a huge amount of money like on something like one of these guys, this is a great option for you, and I think will serve you very well. Now, as far as quick comparisons here to the Thule. Thule has a bolt that comes with it and screws into your hitch, so it's a little bit different setup, takes a little bit longer, but very secure, very solid. All of the pinch points where it would be possible, where this thing, you know, goes in and out to get into your hatch, or where this guy opens up, all that stuff is enclosed, so there's no chance of pinching a finger or anything like that, which is kind of a nice option. One of the other big things is it has these anti-sway guys that can attach to your frame to keep the bike from swaying in and out while you're driving around. And then the straps are also made out of rubber, which some people may prefer over the hard plastic of the ratchet straps. These guys, you have to kind of pull around your frame nice and tight and tuck them in. It takes a little bit longer, but I think I am kind of a fan of the rubber against my frame, just as a protective measure. I think these would be fine. Like I said, I've used them on my cross-track roof rack on my expensive carbon wheels for years and never had any issues with them. So the other thing that the Thule has that's kind of cool is it has an integrated cable lock in here, so this kind of comes out of the top. Obviously this could be cut pretty quick if someone really wants to steal your bikes, but it goes around your bike and then plugs into one of the tips here just as a protection, and it's built in, so that's really cool. Pretty much the features are the same, the way it folds out and all that good stuff, but you know, this is quite a bit more expensive than the BougeRV version, and that's maybe some of the reasons why. But this is a nice solid offering, and if you're looking for a good bike rack, I think this would be a good way to go for you. And again, can't really say enough, I really like this integrated design. I think it's pretty darn cool. So if you have any questions about this bike rack or anything else you find on my channel, please let me know, or if there's something you'd like me to review, hit me up by email, and I'd be happy to answer your questions and help you out if I can. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.